Answer questions about large sums of money spent by the Conservative Party fighting elections, but seemingly not properly declared to the authorities. Now, the chairman of the Conservative Party, Lord Feldman, has told this programme he will explain the tens of thousands of pounds uncovered by this programme properly and thoroughly tonight. This programme has uncovered more seemingly undeclared local spending, including thousands spent fighting Nigel Farage in South Thanet in last year's general election. The Electoral Commission is investigating all the claims. Our political correspondent, Michael Crick, has this report.
It was the Tories' secret weapon, they boasted. A fleet of branded coaches dispatched to take activists to battleground seats across the country. And all proudly chronicled on Facebook, Twitter and other social media.
I'm on the bus.
I'm on the bus.
I'm on the bus.
I'm on the bus.
An operation credited with last year's surprise victory for David Cameron and his chairman, Lord Feldman.
That was amazing. But I think this is the sweetest victory of all.
The operation also helped Craig McKinley defeat Nigel Farage in South Thanet.
18,838.
In recent weeks, we've exposed how the Conservatives in Thanet last year and in 3 by-elections in 2014 spent tens of thousands of pounds, which was never declared on their candidates' legal spending returns. In Thanet alone, they spent almost £20,000 on just 2 hotels. Now, if all these costs had been declared, it would have taken their candidates well above the legal spending limits. Tonight, we reveal further undisclosed costs for a fleet of buses that took Tory activists to and from the Thanet campaign. Because the law says any money spent on a candidate must be declared and stick within a legal limit to make our elections democratic and fair.
He's legged it. He's walked off the other way.
He said, come on. And this week, we finally caught up with Tory chairman, Lord Feldman.
Lord Feldman, did you break the law in spending all that money on those elections? In Thanet South and in the by-elections?
No,
Were you breaking the law?
We did everything in accordance with the rules.
If you did it in accordance with the rules,
Yes.
why are you willing to explain yourself fully in an interview?
Well, we're cooperating with the Electoral Commission, and we're going to go through all the detail with them, and I think that's the appropriate way to do it.
More on Lord Feldman later, and his sister's role. South Thanet was the big constituency battle of the 2015 election, with the Tories determined to stop Nigel Farage getting a foothold at Westminster.
That's not too bad, is it? 27 votes.
At least 5 times, probably many more, Tory buses hit the constituency, flooding it with activists to see the UKIP leader thwarted. It was the brainchild of Mark Clark, the so-called Tatler Tory, who denies claims he bullied a young party activist who committed suicide last year. Long before the Tories disowned Clark, his scheme was adopted with gusto by party bigwigs. Channel 4 News has found a wealth of material showing how the Tories organised this work. Pictures, emails, tweets, blogs and first-hand accounts from activists themselves as to how they were bussed around. They got free travel, food, drink and hotel rooms. But the law says any money incurred supporting a specific candidate has to be declared. And yet, in the Conservatives' official expense return for South Thanet, we can find no sign of any such costs. The Conservative coaches, like this one, picked activists up from rendezvous points in London and took them down to Kent. One of them was Hrs GMT, who says he went all over the country as part of the campaign, sometimes known as Road Trip. Many of his trips, he says, were to South Thanet to help Craig McKinley.
So where did you go to a lot during the general election?
Mostly in Thanet. South
Thanet?
South Thanet, yeah.
In South Thanet?
Yeah.
To help Craig McKinley.
Crick McKinley and yeah.
How many
because-
times do you think you went there?
Oh, 6, 7 times, maybe more.
6 or 7 times?
More, yeah, maybe more, yeah.
And this was what, on a coach?
Coach, yeah. Coach, sometimes trains and all, you know.
So how many people would go on, with you?
30, 40 people most of the time, yeah. I mean, they give you lots of good food and whatever they can do. And then after finishing, then they send you to the bar, you go and enjoy with your beer, whatever and all.
Did you have to pay for any of the
Nothing.
the food or the
nothing,
drink?
Nothing.
Seems there must have been a lot of money involved.
Oh, well, I don't know, but it was all free.
All free?
All free, yeah.
Satish Deela didn't think anything was untoward, nor did